I mean, yeah, I don't know. So it could very well be government. I mean, who knows there? But yeah. So again, as I was looking at this article, trying to get some more research on it, I stumbled across a company called Cobra Aero.
Mm-hmm.
And this company started off, it looks like kind of back in the 90s, making bikes, motorbike engines, off-road dirt bike and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, if you're at their website, you can see that they have a few different companies that they do, Cobra Aero and Cobra Motor, namely, and they really making propulsion systems for racing, firefighting, aerospace, surface, and underwater vehicles. So they've certainly branched out since they did the motorbikes. But on this website,
There's a nice
specifically, we're
video.
talking about Cobra Aero. Yeah. I was just looking around this website. They have multiple power plants for we're going to call them hobby drones, or
Mm-hmm.
in this case, possible quadcopters and whatnot. Because they talk about, specifically, if you go to some of the product pages, they talk about the power generation that these things can provide to, like, multi-rotor unmanned aerial vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff like that. So they really are talking about using like them as a generator
Right.
to power electrical propulsion systems, which is quite fascinating in and of itself. But one thing that I thought was even kind of cooler about that was, like as Mike said, there's a homepage. Right on the homepage, if you go down a bit, there's a video. It says Cobra Air in motion. So I was just kind of playing that,
Let's play it.
and
I
I
mean, we can
noticed that
play it. You want to play it? We can play it.
you could play a part of it, but what was it? What did I say at the 30,
38-second mark. There's
38-second
there's a
mark?
little there's a little
Uh,
doodad in there about it.
yeah. So, and as Mike's playing it, we can get there. I'm a bit behind, but um, I'll just kind of let you play it if you'd like. But it's like 2 minutes long and change. But there was an interesting thing I saw at, yeah, second 38 in the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
The off-road market in the US went down by 80%. So we needed to look for new marketplaces for our capabilities and our people and our technology that we were employing in one market that we felt would be really useful in the aerospace market as well.
There it is.
We engaged with Sean. When you're in the business of providing solutions,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
tell someone.
yeah. I'm a little
what they
behind,
need.
but yeah, there you
Listen
go.
to them
Yeah,
and find out
Cobra
what they're
sought
looking
help
for.
from
That kind of process to
basically a
develop
local university to make new hybrid engines for U.S. Navy surveillance drones.
Pretty much.
So interesting. I thought that was just, wow, just kind of crazy that I would have find one article and just literally stumbled across this company on LinkedIn. It had nothing to do with the drone article we had already seen and talked about. And I literally saw, okay, they're making possible power plants for government drones.
Yep.
Okay, not super surprising, but that I would find a company that is doing that, because we certainly know that companies are doing that. But I thought it was funny that we're talking about this drone video, and then literally I find this company. So interesting. I'm gonna do some more research on this company. It's pretty interesting. I don't have any big airplanes or whatnot. RC airplanes. I had some stuff in the past. Always was a good hobby, but it's a little bit expensive, of course. But the prospect of having a quad, or a larger quad, that could be powered basically with the generator on board is kind of cool. So
Well, I
I
mean,
might
look,
look
it
into
opens up the
that.
marketplace towards, distance and range is what we consider to be the two hardest things to conquer in this marketplace, right?
Mhm.
If you look at the naturally aspirated resources that are available to you in this particular region, I'm sure power plants are far and few, and at least the manufacturers are far and few between, because it's a highly specialized thing to be in that type of, I'd say, hobbyist drone engine manufacturer, right? So even like we took a look at this week, that new air turbine company that really wants to make the electric air turbine, they're obviously going to be in some sort of competitive region with something that you might see for the future, right? But going in a line with that, right? Some of
Mhm.
this A99 family that they have here, that they're quite they look beautiful. And there's this A33N, which looks like another propeller driven unit, and
All right.
another 1.5 watt unit. So they've got a strategy here to develop these types of engines that look like they're pretty cool. And then they have a whole section here that just mentions electrification, right? So these guys, they've spent some time and research in this field, which is great. Now I just wonder
Yeah.
how much of it's going to spill into the general public's operational parts, because some of the places where a drone like this could be worthy is, crop spraying, stuff like that,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
power line inspection,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Yep.
Basic places where stuff like this is used. But
And lastly, I think for me to say about this too is one thing Mike and I mentioned multiple times about drones and whatnot and air taxis as weight. And again, if you've got a petrol powered drone, in this case, that uses a generator to generate the power it needs to fly its electric motors, it's going to get lighter as it flies. It's going to get lighter as the mission continues. So that would help its performance stay maybe at the level it was before, or increase its performance possibly as as the flight goes on. So I don't know. My bet for this mystery drone is was something powered something like this,
Yeah.
right? That it had some liquid combustible material on board that goes into an engine, such as like this, a power generator that would power those engines. That's my guess.
yeah, and it looks like these guys started out in some sort of dirt bike components, and then they basically had to make the switch to some sort of components that were going to be more friendly towards salability, because their market evaporated. That's what it sounds like to me. So hey, let's see where they end up. It might be another one of those companies that I think would be great to follow or look for possible future investment, because smaller companies like this that are going to be part of the greater supply chain for drones in the not too distant future are probably worthy of a couple of bucks. So something actively for people to look at.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. As batteries are still coming on board, this stuff is going to be more useful at least in the near term, and maybe long term. We'll see.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that would be cool.
Yep.
All right.
So
something else to
with
look
that,
forward to.
Please like, share, subscribe. We very much appreciate the help on the channel. Maybe hit that bell icon down there too, so you'll know when we go live. If you're new to the channel, thanks so much for coming by. All the help and support you can give is very much appreciated. We cover a multitude of things: aviation, cars, obviously technology, all very interesting. So very happy to have you. And thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks so much.